What a great time to be an Xbox fan. Microsoft announced a further 75 titles for backwards compatibility on Xbox One and Series S and X consoles. And in doing so, they actually made the pool of games I can cover on Rip It Off ever so slightly smaller. Here are some games I intended to cover down the line, but now they're coming to backward compatibility, I can't with a clear conscience explore them for Rip It Off. 50 Cent Blood on the Sand. This third-person shooter puts you in the shoes of 50 Cent, or one of his G-Unit posse, on a trip around the Middle East, killing anybody and everybody you see, all because Fiddy fell in love with a crystal diamond-studded skull he had in his possession for all of 3 seconds. Powered by the Unreal Engine, this is Gears of War, but instead of having a chainsaw on your gun, you have a dedicated insult button. The game is a masterpiece, and if you hate rap music, like some kind of rap-hating chump, disabling the excellent 50 Cent music in the player replaces the game's soundtrack with a custom score. Also, a fantastic co-op experience not to be missed. Conan. Assuming this is the Xbox 360 Conan, what a letdown that I couldn't cover this further down the line. God of War clone with titties. So basically, God of War. Really though, the dialogue is a stilted treat. The game coined one of my favourite, cheesiest dialogue lines in history.
I am Conan. I serve no man.
Perhaps you would serve a woman then.
Service her. Aye, and gladly.
Aye, and gladly. Conan is a completely aloof goofball who wouldn't last a day in today's society, but he does swing sword good, go rescue maiden now, reward boobs. Dead or Alive Ultimate. It's about time this masterpiece got released in some form. A full original graphics remake of the first Dead or Alive, plus Dead or Alive 2, but running in the improved graphical and gameplay framework of Dead or Alive 3, with Hitomi making the trip back in time to take part in the Dead or Alive tournament. It's been playable on Xbox 360 for some time, but this support on the modern Xbox family of consoles means it will be available for purchase once again. Gun Valkyrie. Sleeper hit of the classic Xbox, a recycled and ludicrous Dreamcast prototype resuscitated by Smilebit. Gun Valkyrie is one of those titles I would have loved to revisit for Rip It Off. Now we don't have to have a conversation about the stupid prices of pre-owned copies, because it's finally playable on the modern Xbox family of consoles. This is one of those weird games you kinda need to play to see what it's all about. Uniquely its own beast, which takes time to fully understand and appreciate. Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe. What needs to be said about Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe? Take the excellent storytelling from the Mortal Kombat reboot, add in gritty Christopher Nolan-esque Batman and his Detective Comics cohorts, and then beat the ever-living shit out of each other as the Earthrealm and the Outworld go head-to-head with all the violence and gore you need. Well, if you were playing the PAL version, which didn't censor the fatalities and heroic brutalities. Onechanbara, Bikini Samurai Squad. Well, that's one script I actually have to throw in the trash. But on the plus side, you can enjoy the jankiest, most brokeniest crap and slash zombie game ever made. Don't let the graphics fool you. This may look like a PS2 game, but guess what? It plays like one too. I'm being harsh. Underneath all the mess is a very clever, almost rhythmic hack and slash with timed critical moves. Too bad it doesn't pay off in the end, though the Orca boss fight is certainly a surreal highlight. Time Splitters 2 and Time Splitters Future Perfect. If Time Splitters is Quake, then Time Splitters 2 is GoldenEye, and Time Splitters Future Perfect is Perfect Dark. We had a tease of what Time Splitters 2 Remastered might feel like inside of Homefront Revolution, but now we can play through the entirety of these two excellent titles once again. Yes, that includes Future Perfect, an almost perfect game in all honesty. If you liked GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, but never played these two, then what the hell are you doing with your life? Overall, as I said, 75 games have just been added to backwards compatibility, and these are just a few that I had my heart set on covering for Rip It Off. On the one hand, I'm sad that I don't get to make episodes of these excellent games, but if we look at it another way, more people than ever will get to play these masterpieces, and for that, I am truly grateful. I can't imagine getting the music licenses for 50 Cent was all that cheap, considering the game is loaded with his music from top to bottom. And it's not just these new games. There's titles getting FPS boosts on Xbox Series S and X consoles. Chicken Little, though. Really? Really? Beautiful Katamari could have done with those extra frames, you dingus. It's not all rainbows, with Microsoft explaining that they're not looking to release any more backward-compatible titles due to licensing issues. So we still might see episodes on games such as Jet Set Radio Future or Crazy Taxi 3 sometime, assuming Sega isn't hard at work on remastering them. What do you think of the list? Anything you would have put on there? For me, Jet Set Radio Future and The Simpsons Hit and Run, for sure. Anyways, laters.